I always knew that I would lose Chizi, but my biggest fear was to lose it to Herbert Wigwe, as he used to call him, Master Wigwe. So I never thought I would compete with the Lord and that he would go home before all of us. So in my time, the struggle was not when he will leave the AFC team, but how long we can keep him. And I would even gesture to him, you know, you're not ready to go to your dad yet. Well, Tochi is there, so don't worry. And that was a selfish motive. But in all seriousness, on behalf of the entire AFC family, our president, Samaila Zuburu, who is with us, who should have made some of these comments, but he's been rather emotional, and not only for Chizi, but for his father, Herbert, Ike, and Roosevelt, who are our shareholder. So the Access family is a fabric of what AFC is. And we were very lucky and honored to have Chizi. So how did my relationship with Chizi start? On one fine morning, I was called to the president's office, Samaila, and Samaila just told me, and at that time I was hired to create a new subsidiary of AFC. And he just said, there's a young man that I think, and I'm by myself, and we really had to do everything from scratch, the strategy, the product, the marketing, and this was a big area of an infrastructure fund that's climate focused for Africa. So he said, he's gonna come to you tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock, Chizi was there. At the time, I did not know of Chizi's big family. I have to be honest. So he came, he's like, hi ma'am, I am reporting for work. And I was like, first don't ma'am me. Come on, sit down. We had one little office. So that started my journey with Chizi. And my journey with Chizi, it was 3 full years, maybe a little bit over now. That really condenses 3 periods of Chizi's professional life. And how would I describe it? I would say the first year was a year of building and bonding. And I will talk about that and give an example. The second year was the year of his accomplishment and shining throughout the organization. The third year, which is this last year, was his year to set him free for greater and grander things. And people joked with me that I was his professional mother, and that was true, because the first time when Chizi came, we had nothing. We started from scratch. We sat in the same room, we shared table. It was COVID. When I went home, he was with me. I would call him middle of the night, we were together, and we really crafted the strategy of what is AFC Capital today. And so far, we have been able to raise $350 million, and hopefully are closing the first Pan-African fund dedicated to climate. None of this would have been possible without Chizi. I'm bonding when I say I learn about his family. I learn how much sometimes he competed with his dad. He thought Tochi was a spitting image of his dad. I know he loved his mom. And he would always be making money, like trading when I'm not looking. And I said, but why? You know what, I gotta make more money than my dad. I was like, Chizi, do you really? Do you have to? And in that bonding time, we traveled together to go to Glasgow for a big climate conference. And I was with him, and he had similarities to his dad. His stomach used to get upset all the time. So you had to mind what he eats, where we eat, and so on and so forth. But in that time, we're in a cab, and we didn't get hotels in Glasgow, so we were in Edinburgh. And we're staying together in the hotel, and every morning we commute 1 hour to the venue of the, and in the cab, Chizi would be like, and he was writing some of my speeches. He's an amazing writer, like a gifted writer in business. Chizi can turn stories into powerful. He was a powerful written orator. At times he spoke fast, so people didn't see him as that big speaker. But that man can write in ways that I can never fathom. And any material, all the marketing material, a lot of these are his creation. So he touches me in the bottom of my heart, because in that cab drive, I discovered the guy has so many other jobs he's doing. So as we're there, he's like, oh, Ayaan, I just made 10,000 from crypto. And I'm like, in the last 5 minutes? That was the essence of Chizi. Always striving, quietly competitive, wanted to be his own man. And as we have built and we launched the product and we secured our first anchor investor for almost 250 million, Chizi started to shine across the organization. I would say those are the period, the second year of his professional achievement. I would see people coming to his desk, talking to him. He was no longer invisible. He was a guy going places. He solidified his contribution. It was just the two of us, remember, and we achieved quite a lot. So I enjoyed seeing him going across the organization, talking about the African landscape, infrastructure, what's climate. He became like a teacher and talking to people. People came to me, hey, Chizi, what's going on? Oh, Chizi, is there a position in your department? So that's the Chizi for me, the second year. And then the third year was the time when, of course, I was highly cognizant that Chizi is going places. So the work we did on port sector, transport, before I know, he was advising his father on the Badagry port. And I was like, okay, we're making a difference. How did your father consult you? He goes, you know, all the things I learned, I'm like his advisor now. I'm like, that's wonderful. And I was very happy to see Chizi professionally happy, very confident, and he had so much silent talent that it is unbelievable. Also, what's so appealing to Chizi is that he was very down to earth. There were members of the team, even new members that joined, like our new CFO. She did not know he was Herbert Wigwe's son. And I was like, Chizi, bravo. That means you are now your own, and you are really going to shine in this world and above. Chizi talked about a lot of you here. For Tochi, he saw you as the fearless, as the woman iron. Tochi, man, you don't need to worry about her. So on behalf of AFC, we give you our condolences. We are going to give you guys your privacy, but we're here for you, as we were there for Chizi. David and Hannah, he talked often about you as his younger siblings. He was a little jealous of you because he thought your dad was kinder to you. He was like, you know, my dad used to be hard on me when he sent me to boarding school. But he's really cool with David and Hannah. They're younger, but very tough on me. That was Chizi, but loved you, talked often of you. And of course, the young Kachi. I didn't know it was Okachi, but I only knew Kachi. He talked about that. I listened to Chizi, the love for his family. He talked about his uncles and aunts. He talked about visiting his grandparents some weekends. I'm looking for him, and he's like, listen, man, I can't talk now. I'm with my grandparents. He condensed in these 3 years a lifetime. No, it takes people a lifetime to raise a fund, to achieve, to understand a whole sector. Chizi did it in a year. He was special to me, I won't lie. And what I want to leave you with is that he had a passion to change the course of Africa. He was an African talent, African youth. We know the plight of our continent. He wanted to make a difference. He visited with us over 20, 30 countries. Every time he went, he's like, you know what? I can do something here. And then at the end, he was starting to travel a lot more with his father. They will go to Togo, they will go to Gabon, they will go to Gambia. And then I just saw a guy beyond his 29 years of maturity. So people ask me sometimes, why do you like Chizi so much? Is it because it's an important family? No, it's because Chizi and I sat together and co-created AFC as an institution, and everyone else started joining. He sits in a special place in the AFC chapter, in the AFC history. He will be sorely missed, but we are translating that love to wish you, Tochi, as the oldest child and the sister that he admired and thought of you as the fearless to continue his legacy. We're there for you. We will do our part to make this continent a better place. But we are praying for you and your siblings, your uncles, maternal and paternal. I think he used to talk about Emeka, his uncle. I think there was a wedding. He was like, I'm going to my uncle's wedding. So anyway, I would hear secondhand a lot of these information. So it is a tough day, a tough time, but I'm consoled because since I heard the news first, I didn't believe it. I have a picture of Chizi, and he's smiling. He's smiling like, you know, Chizi was a very funny guy in his private time, and he's smiling. Like, so I know that he would rather be with his mother and father, and that they are looking down at you as angels. They will protect you as you carve through a very beautiful time for you. We want to watch you grow up, no matter where I am. I want to call you, Tochi, see how your siblings are doing, how you are doing, what you may need. And the whole AFC family stands with you. Thank you.